3 years ago, I posted a video, 8 Bad Habits, which now has over 1.5 million views. Well, guess what? It's time for the sequel. 7 more bad habits. These are bad habits which I see table tennis players do all of the time, myself included, and it makes our table tennis game much worse. The final bad habit, number 7, is a little bit controversial, so make sure you watch all the way through to the end and let me know how many of these bad habits you also have. Okay, let's dive in.
If you like this video and want more coaching tips, please join my online academy. You'll get in-depth courses, training drills, video analysis, real-life coaching sessions, and much more. Sign up at tomstttacademy.com.
Bad habit number 1 is all to do with your non-playing arm. How many of you, when you're playing table tennis, just dangle your non-playing arm down like this and try to play like this? It's something that I see all of the time. And why is this a problem? Well, because when we just dangle the arm down like this, our balance isn't as good, our recovery after each shot isn't as good, and rotation on the forehand side becomes more limited. So what should we do instead? Well, we want our non-playing arm kind of up parallel with our playing arm. This helps to keep everything centered and balanced. When playing forehands and backhands, you'll feel a little bit more athletic, you'll feel a little bit more like you look like a table tennis player, and the rotation on the forehand side becomes significantly easier. Test this out, right? Just stand there and dangle your arm down like this, right? Now rotate and play your forehand. All right, you can kind of do it, but it feels a little bit restricted, doesn't it? Now bring your non-playing arm up parallel, okay, with your playing arm. Now do that same rotation. And you'll find you can get a lot more rotation. You can use your core much more. It all feels so much better. Bad habit number 2 is playing too close to the table. Okay, when you play this close to the table and your opponent puts a ball which lands pretty deep, look, you have almost no space to play. It's not possible to play a push, it's not possible to play a topspin, you've just got no room to play. So this is far too close to the table. What is a good distance? Well, look, I'm just going to take a step back. I'm still within touching distance of the table, but maybe now there's a gap of 50, 60 centimeters between me and the table. I would call this playing close to the table. Come any nearer than that, quite honestly, it's suicidal. It's just far too close. So this is close to the table. Take one step further back, and this is more like mid-distance. This is absolutely fine as well. Some people like to play here. But really try to avoid getting yourself jammed up right next to the table. We're going to avoid doing this. Bad habit number 3 is playing with the weight on your heels. This is something that I am very guilty of doing. So when you play and you have the weight on your heels, it is much harder to move from side to side. You feel like your legs are planted, they're grounded to the floor, and you can do it, but you'll feel like a sack of potatoes. So if standing with the weight on your heels is no good, what should we do instead? Well, we want to lean forwards enough that the weight starts to move towards the front of your feet. Not to your toes, you're not trying to play on tiptoes, that wouldn't work either. You just want the weight on the front of your feet. Now with the front weight on the front of your feet, you can find that you can spring from side to side much, much easier, okay? And you've probably also seen that by bringing the weight to the front of my feet, by leaning forwards, well, I've just got myself a little bit lower. So the whole thing becomes easier to do. And now the movement is much, much quicker, okay? Bad habit number 4 is rushing. Rushing your serve, rushing your shots, rushing between points, rushing to get everything over and done with as quickly as possible. Why is this a bad thing? It's because when we rush too much, we tend to play far more frantically, we tend to make far more errors, and we really deny ourselves the time to think tactically, to plan out how we're going to beat our opponent. So it can start with the serve and the receive. When it's your turn to serve, don't just rush into the service position and get straight on with the serve. Just take your time. Have a little bit of a service routine. Okay? Get into position, make the plan about what you're going to do, serve, and then play out the point. When you're receiving, just take your time. Settle yourself into position. Keep your hand up if you're not ready. Lower yourself. Really focus on the opponent's bat. Then play, okay? When you're in the rally, let that ball come to the top of the bounce. Don't be eager to get in there and hit it straight away. Let the ball bounce. Let it come to you. You'll feel you'll have so much more time to not only execute your shots, but to observe your opponent, pick out your placement. Everything becomes a little bit easier. Bad habit number 5 is not using your topspin shots. How often do we see this? Players will do their practice, they'll do their forehand topspins, looking good. They'll do their backhand topspins, looking good. Then when it comes to a match, the topspins disappear. It all goes to push, 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 push. Oh, I dare not use my topspins. Push, push, push. What? This is nuts, right? Okay, why are we spending all this time practicing our topspins if we don't use them and go back to our safety pushing? Okay, we're not going to do this anymore. Why? Because we end up playing much worse and we don't really improve. If you want to be an attacking player, and you are practicing your topspin shots, for goodness sake, use them, okay? What's the worst that can happen? Maybe you might miss a few. Fine, you're gonna learn from those mistakes and realize how you need to adjust your strokes to make sure they get on the next time. So at some point, you've got to break through the barrier, okay? You've got to put to one side this very kind of safety, cautious game and use the topspin shots that you have been practicing in your training sessions, all right? Promise me, no more of this safety, horrible pushing table tennis, lots of attacking table tennis. Go to it, go and get it done. Bad habit number 6 is all to do with the legs. Now, how many of you are guilty of doing this? Okay, can you see what I'm doing? I'm crossing my legs. So I'm stood here, the ball goes over there, I've crossed my leg. Now, what's the problem with this? Well, look, I still might be able to get the ball back, but my whole body now is twisted, it's turned, it's off balance. So even if I was to get the ball back, the next ball I'm going to find really, really difficult to get into position. I'm going to have to uncross my legs and I'll probably do this. As you see, I'm beginning to stumble over already, just demonstrating it. What should you do instead? Well, get those feet, well look, at a minimum, shoulder width apart, but I don't think that's quite wide enough. I'd get them wider than shoulder width, all right? Little bend in the knees, body weight forwards, weight is on the front of your feet, like we said in the previous tip. Now from this position, we want the movement to be more of this sideways movement, this kind of jumping from side to side, okay? This allows you to be much more stable. So no more crossing of the legs. If you sense yourself doing it, tell yourself off, say, Tom says don't do that. Instead, keep that nice wide stance and focus on that side to side movement. And finally, bad habit number 7, the controversial one, is something which I see in local league table tennis and amateur tournaments all the time. It drives me nuts. When a player is serving, the player does not toss the ball. The player serves straight out of the hand. This is an illegal serve. You have to toss the ball when you are serving. Now, is this a bad habit? Or is it cheating? You tell me, okay? But the rules are pretty clear about what you've got to do. The ball has to be tossed. You have to hit the ball as it is falling. You have to toss the ball at least 16 centimeters. It's not much. It's only up to here, right? That's all you've got to toss it. So why are players still serving out of the hand? This shouldn't be happening. So if you're one of these players who doesn't toss the ball, learn how to do so. It doesn't take very long. It's not very difficult to do. Toss, hit the ball as it is falling. So how many of these 7 bad habits do you have? Let me know in the comments box below. Thank you very much for watching. I will have plenty more videos coming soon. Until then, keep playing table tennis.